when was it, like 2013 or something, I put a proposal in for the Dream Doll. And my intention, and the intention around the Dream Doll as we made her and put her onto the parade, was that she was a representation of woman and the sacred feminine, but also like basically it was an invocation to say, girls, women of South Africa, step up into your power, come from the sidelines into the limelight. So that was how she was first created. And then she was so beautiful and got such a great reception that we've actually essentially used her in almost every one of the carnivals since as exactly that, as a celebration of our femininity. Women, but also male femininity. So then the second version of her that we had was the water spirit, which was really informed by Sangoma and the local traditions of healing, and saying like part of what the feminine brings is healing and like a different kind of energy, not power by force, you know. So that was her second iteration, and then her third iteration was actually precious water, which was in the water crisis. And we were using her to say the thing that you take for granted is actually the life-giving force. So like women, and you know, our girls are taken for granted, but actually they are the creative force. So water in the same, we had to actually be deprived of water for us to realize how precious it was. So that was the third iteration. And now we are bringing her forward as a celebration of women and the role that they've played in South African history, and how in their quiet and gentle way, but very firmly, have stood up against social injustice and for human rights, and now globally for the world and for, you know, environmental. So it came up strongly through our brainstorming process that actually women need to be spoken about, women need to be celebrated. One of our young guys, Monilisi, did a beautiful image, which I can't find now, which was a woman with men all around her saying, like, honor a woman. And in a response, I guess, to, you know, the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter and all these really real issues, that women are the ones that are bringing it to the table.
Cool. And then for this year, just explain to me then
in this one, basically what we've been trying to do is like, how do we represent her as this voice of woman? And so she started off as, is she a protester?
Yeah.
You know, is she saying enough is enough, or is she saying, you know, me too? And then we felt, no, actually that was a little bit too specific. And it's not really only about the issues that women face, it's actually issues that we all face together, and that we weren't really wanting to address just one issue, but just how powerful the woman's voice is within the context of you know, social action, but also in the family and in the community, and as a creative, you know, as creative beings. So we were then going, okay, so if she's not specifically a protester, I mean, there are beautiful images that of in the apartheid days, a woman standing up in front of a Casper, you know, like a little lady in a maid's outfit, standing up against a Casper. So we started off there, and then we were like, okay, so if we're going further, what would somebody, like a classic example of strength, a strong South African woman, wear to a special occasion like the Carnival? And so we looked through all sorts of things. We wanted it to refer to like the traditional, you know, and ancient cultural references of our own place, because this is what we're talking about. But we also wanted to bring in the fashion and the dynamic style that so many of our women are, you know, strutting at the moment. And so through much discussion with various people, we've basically gone through a whole lot of varieties, and we ended up with an outfit that we feel is a combination of ancient and now. And then we were also trying to think, okay, so what is she carrying? What are the symbols that she carries with her? And at one stage we were talking about the earth. So we were saying the feminine voice is also the voice of the earth, and saying, attend, you know, we need to attend now to how we're treating the earth. So then we were going, you know, is it fire or earth? And is the balance, are we in balance here? And then as the whole theme developed into music and sound and voice, we realized that it was actually more about the beat, you know, the woman's the African woman's beat. So what we've ended up with is the idea that she carries a drum. And with that, she summons the people and she talks to the ancient spirits, and she's present and modern and now and with us.
Divine, thank you.
Okay.